All right, well, the first card in the environment is your strength, the universal strength card. So the universe, your angels are calling out for you to balance your passions and your logic together. Your passions about life, and yet the practical, logical way to do that. As you can see, there's the infinity sign above her head. She's petting the lion, who is the passionate one, and she's the very wise one. So together, your environment is saying, we want you to have strength. You have the foundation to do so. You're strong by nature, Taurus. And there's a calling for you to be there, to be there for yourself, actually, is what I'm getting out of it. Also, what the indicator card is intuition. This card is the same as the High Priestess. And I love the thing about this particular deck is they call it as it is. Like usually the High Priestess, this one says, no, it's intuition, which is really what she is about. It's really what the High Priestess is about. She uses her psychic abilities. She owns her inner psychic wisdom. She understands all the elements of life. She's spiritual by nature. She also understands any hidden secrets, or like behind this door, there could be secrets, but they always shine enlightenment on the outcome. She's looking at this, or she really has her eyes closed, and this plate is around her. So it's the tide of life, knowing where to go by using your intuition. So interesting, in your environment card are two major arcana cards. And this, to me, feels so much like it's about you using inner strength, your intuitiveness, go with what's right for you. You know, if other people are wanting you to make a different decision, you're feeling like, no, that doesn't feel right for me, or trying to convince you or dissuade you one way, and you just don't feel right about it. This could be anybody. This could be friends, coworkers, lovers, romantic partners, family. Stay true to yourself, Taurus. That's what it feels like. You know who you are. You're strong. You get it. All right. It very well could be coworkers, is what I'm getting. So just stand strong. Put your hands on your hips, metaphorically, and just, I am woman, I am man, hear me roar kind of thing, if you will. All right. So what's beneath the surface is the High Priestess. Now, this is interesting. She's coming up twice. This is more true to the traditional tarot artwork. This is the High Priestess in this particular deck. So she's, again, coming up twice. She's the number 2 in the major arcana. So 2 is a couple things, but it's about being sensitive to your environment, not being overly sensitive, but just knowing how to perceive and discern, because things are popping up for you. That's amazing that she's come up out of both decks, the High Priestess. So again, you're becoming, because this is the changing in the subconscious of see here how they both have the cross, by the way. There's a cross here and a cross here. So there's a very spiritual connotation to this as well, spiritual growth. But she's saying, I'm becoming more of my own internal thermometer and internal compass. And I feel like you are, Taurus. Look at the last card, is the outcome card is the King of Pentacles. I think that's you. You're a pentacle. It's either you, Virgo, or Capricorn. But so we'll take a look at that in a minute. But okay, so let's look at the indicator for the High Priestess, for both High Priestesses, the one beside it and above. I'm trying to move these two cards. All right, so interesting. It's the Three of Swords. And this card, boy, these cards call it like it is, heartache and loss. Well, you know, that's pretty direct, if you will. You know, it can mean heartache and loss about anything, anybody, letting go of beliefs. But she is healing. There's a healing a healing component around the Three of Swords. If you remember, in the traditional artwork, it's a heart with three swords diving into them. So she's open to the light. There's the red around this area. So there's been confusion, possibly anger. This could be around someone you love. And again, this could be a multitude of people. When you love somebody, it can be a spouse or a fiance or children or pets. So, you know, I'm not talking about death here. I'm just saying some sort of loss, but you will be healing. And to use your guidance and your strength. That's so important. And again, if this reading doesn't resonate with you, then make sure to watch your rising and moon sign. So this is for Taurus, rising, moon, and ascendant. So, like I said, just see if it resonates with you. All right. So the last card is the outcome card. Is the King of Pentacles. It's an awesome card for the outcome. The King of Pentacles, like I said, is probably you, because you're an earth sign, and earth sign is Pentacles. Pentacles are about our money, our property, our bodies. I feel like this king is like mastering his ability. Well, the kings do. They master those different qualities I just named. So I feel like physically you might be getting in better shape. It might be emotionally as well. This is not a cup card, but that just comes to me. It might be that you have an opportunity to make more money and that you're feeling good about your house, your home, where you are in life, where your finances are. I'm just looking at the card. You can see he has his castle, and there's sort of like a boar. So there's happiness in your own backyard, basically. Let's look at the indicator cards. That's awesome. So some of you might be seeing promotions, or you might be seeing an increase in pay, or you're honored for your ability to do your work, and it means more money or accolades. It's our outer manifestation. Again, it could be your home. It could be your health. You're starting to get healthier, eat healthier, take care of your body. Lose weight. I'm getting losing weight for some of you. If you're trying to do that, you're going to be successful. So success in any of those areas. And what comes up under these is another, what would be sword card. And this is the Nine of Swords. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go with that. The Nine of Swords is usually, someone who's been worrying, anxiety. She's possibly been crying, or it's worried about her health, or whatever's going on with her that's distracting. So in this particular artwork, they call it Suffering in Silence. Yeah, if you think of the original, she's sitting on the bed and she has her towel or sheet, and she's rubbing her eyes, and she's just trying to get over by herself her own concerns, and she's trying to figure out how to go from point A to point B. Like, it looks like out here everything is just peachy creamy, or at least there's the sun and all that, but how does she get there? Well, she does, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and you do that through your heart, through how you love other people. You don't have to suffer in silence. You can communicate with others, tell them how much you love them, and love yourself. That's probably the biggest message, is to love yourself and to use your heart. And by the way, let's see, what stones do I have that are good for that? Well, this is labradorite. I have labradorite, jade, Several. This is a green stone. Actually, it's in 2. But it's awesome to increase your heart feelings. It's good for your heart chakra. Let me just put it that way. Let's see, what else do I have? Well, jade is more for increasing abundance. So, I mean, it could be, when you come from your heart, your abundance increases because this is the King of Pentacles. So you don't have to suffer in silence. If there is any loss, or you think there's a loss, remember the swords are about our thinking. It can be true, but it's not always true. It's not always what has really manifested. So, you're thinking these things. So just make sure that you stay on the positive side. I've needed to say that in a couple of the signs this month, although no one's really had a really bad, I would say, spread. But there's been a little bit of caution here and there. So I feel like when you come from your heart, because this is a chakra card, that you will receive the love that you want in return. All right? I'm just going to pull a couple more clarification cards just because I did that for the last 2 or 3 signs, and so watch your rising and moon. If you don't see me doing this, then it's just, I just sort of go with my intuition on these things. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles. Well, the 3 of Pentacles is awesome because this is about learning new skills. It could be an apprenticeship in skills that you already have, and you're working towards bigger, better pay. I said that earlier. And the Fool card, I love the Fool card. He doesn't come up a whole lot. And so this is the first of the major arcana. You've had some major arcanas, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a chakra card. So, it might be nice to act playful, to smile, because the Fool card is about this child who has no idea where he's going, but he has this little bag, and he might have in it just a few things. Like I've said before, his toothbrush and a brush for his hair or whatever he needs, and he has this flower. He's very naive, very childlike, not childish, but childlike, to be a wonder, to be an adventure, to keep your eyes open for opportunities, to be playful. That to me sort of goes with this heart card, the heart chakra. All right, so that's sort of the universe saying, hey, let me tell you how to do this. Be happy, be open to adventures. Don't discount your inner awareness, for sure. There's too much psychic intuition coming up for you guys, okay? All right, so I'm going to count the cards, all 7 of them. All right. Okay, so we have the 8, 9, 10, 11. All face cards are 1, so 8, 9, 10, 11. And 4 is 15. And 9 is 24, 25, 26, 27. And 29. 2 and 9 is 11. 11 is a master number, and 11 is the number of service. As I said, 11s it's 2 1s together, of course, so it's double the creativity. 11 life paths are like lighthouse to others. They shine their light. So that's sort of an indication that it's time to do that. Shine your inner light. All right. And the 11 in the major arcana cards is the balance card, or the temperance card. And this card represents the need for balance and harmony within your inner life, as well as what's surrounding you in the physical world. Wow, that's coming up a lot around your inner life. It could denote lifestyle changes, or it could be associated with love, relationships, business, or your career, or anything. But it's knowing that it's shown to you to make you realize that what you perceive to be happening around you is really an externalization of an inner process or conflict that you may be currently experiencing. So that's interesting. What you perceive to be happening around you is an inner conflict or process that you may be currently experiencing, and that might be this. All right. So pay attention to your inner conflicts, your thinking, and see what's manifesting in the world.